I was muted during that entire explanation. So, yeah, my power went out. I was just talking to these. Oh no, is it gonna get fucked up? What's gonna happen when I talk to Kaishir? Anyway, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I was just minding my own business, talking to those nice dwarves, and then suddenly everything went black because my power went out. And then like, I was like, oh shit, is that it for my stream? And then the power came back on while I was in the middle of trying to figure out what had happened. And then I turned on my computer, and I had gotten logged out of Discord, which was weird. Logged in, and like some windows on my computer were acting funky and stuff. So I restarted my computer to see if that fixed it. It did. And then I opened up VTube Studio, and it had been sent back to the defaults. So I had to like set up my VTuber all over again. And there's probably some tweaking I need to do off stream at some point. But yeah, so that's been my day today. We're gonna do a little ad break in like a minute because Papa Twitch says so. And then we can see if it just like decided to fuck me over with these quests, or if I have to do them all over again. And by that quest, I mean the cutscene. Also, I should probably finally eat dinner. But yeah, today's going great. My first instinct, because this is what happens in the summer when I'm running my AC, was, oh shit. My streaming had caused the power breaker to flip. But no, it was more than just like the breaker my PC is on. It was the entire building. But yeah, oh, I should probably fill my water too. Remember to hydrate, everybody. All right, and there the ads. Awesome. But yeah, fortunately, hopefully the power doesn't go out again, because we don't actually know what caused it. Anyway. Sorry for the quiet, guys. This is turning into an eating stream, but that is almost over in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're back. So let's get this show back on the road. All right. We just have to, let's just skip back to where we left off. Actually, this is basically a second stream, so we're seeing more customers from Right and Stilltide, and they're not only coming for the free drink, but our new food offerings are providing regular or popular in their own right. It's a step in the right direction, and we might even have gained a few regulars, but we'll need more than that to turn things around. Don't worry, Zia. I'm already malms ahead of you. I made my way over to Tomra, and I handed out flyers and drink vouchers. Tomra? You must have crossed some dangerous territory to get there. I have to say I'm a little impressed. It was worth the journey, as we've seen a number of dwarven customers since then. Sadly, most of them have only made the one visit. They're not shy when it comes to ordering food and drink, so the problem must lie elsewhere. In that case, why don't we try asking those two over there? Good day to you, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt, but do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Lolly-ho! Lolly-ho! I like how, Cashier and I are the only ones who, like, do it at first. Lolly-ho? Learn the customs of your neighbors! Now then, you said you had some questions. You gave us free drinks, and the least we can do is hear you out, so ask away. Well, we've noticed that the visitors from Tomra rarely come here more than once. Why do you think that could be? It's no fault of the booze or the grub, I can tell you that much. Very tasty indeed, and a lot more fairly priced than you might expect in Yulmore. I'm glad the food and drink are to your liking. So, what's the problem? Hate to say it, lad, but this place is a bit on the dull side. The dancing is all well and good, but we dwarves can't enjoy our grog without an old-fashioned sing-song. We've got songs for ale, songs for mead, songs for wine, something for every occasion. Well, every occasion that involves drinking, which is all of them. But as soon as we try any of that here, everyone looks at us like we'd just pissed all over the bar. At least if we had some proper singing instead of this plinky rubbish, we could swing away to our heart's content. I didn't know dwarves were so musically inclined. I think that's all for now, gents. You've been very helpful. And now we're a promoter of the Beehive. And yet there's so much work to be done if the Beehive is to continue contributing to Yulmore's economy. To that end, Cashier has a new favor to ask of you. If we want the dwarves to become regulars here, we need to make them feel at home, without making the other customers feel like they aren't. And yet they changed the music permanently. I think it's time we offered a wider range of music, and I have just the thing in mind for those boisterous little buggers. You're not going to sing, are you? No offense, Zia, but I doubt that your brand of high-pitched caterwauling will go down too well. Watch it, you cheeky sod. I know full well where my talents lie, thank you very much. What I'm saying is that we find a singer to perform something simple enough that for the dwarves to nod their heads to. With the queen bee's permission, of course. We'll also need a proper costume. There are plenty of for the dancers, but the vocalists should have something to make them stand out from the rest of us. Sounds like a plan, but since you're basically tone deaf, you'd better leave finding a singer to me. I don't know what to do about the costume, though, unless we put Shizune in charge of that. Can we count on you? You got it! Great. Let's all get to work then. Yeah. Let's get to work. Making my nice, chill AFK spot a less chill place to AFK. Alright, I'll do the crafting for this off stream, because, you know. Anyway, okay. Let's have a little change it. Oh, wait, I forgot. I need to restock on black dyes. Should have done this, like, ages ago, but I forgot. I almost instantly forgot why I teleported here. And it was like, this isn't Ul'dah. But no, it's not Ul'dah, and that is on purpose. Reminder, guys, if you do the Ixal quests, you can just buy black dyes from them. And white. Here we go. Set dye. Or set black. I use a lot of these, so I'm gonna get, like... There we go. Alright, I'm good on everything else. And now we go to Ul'dah. And the fun thing is, I can basically... Oh, let's see if a certain hat I need is... I'm basically just gonna do the same glamour I have on my main right now. But it requires a certain hat. A certain tiny hat. Where is it? Here we go. This one's cheaper. They're basically the same hat at this point. They used to be gender locked, but it's the exact same model. I should have just taken the Ethernet. I forgot that that was, like, a thing I could just do. But we're gonna get a nice little glamour together, and then we're gonna go and do Sapphire weapon, which is totally gonna be super happy and fine, and nothing's gonna go wrong. Everything is fine. First, we store our, here we go, store that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Let me also get out my general purpose dark dye, or dark blue dyes. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll replace this one. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Oh, have they fixed this yet? Not unless that is supposed to be on the other side of my head like that. Or it's clipping through my hair. It might just be clipping through my hair. But I don't actually want that on there, so. I have a new hat to add in here. Just swap that up. Oh, yep. Alright, and then you are gonna be black, and we're gonna change, whoops. You're supposed to be black, and you're supposed to be dark blue, and we save, and yes, and apply, and this is actually a pretty solid bard glamour now. Actually, like, as cute as the hat is, I think I'm gonna go without the hat for now. Are these for sure the pants I want? Let me double check. Oh, wait, these aren't the pants I want. What am I doing? I want these pants. Much better. Beautiful. All right. Let's head to... I think it is Porta Praetoria. I'm just gonna fly the rest of the way. What am I doing? Sleep now in Sapphire. Information relating to the weapon project has been uncovered, and your allies prepare to depart for distant lands. Shizune, I'm afraid we haven't much in the way of information to share from the front line. We have, however, received word that Gaius wishes to speak with you at Alliance headquarters. I've arranged an escort to take you to headquarters, so when you're ready to depart, speak with the fellow over there. Why do you guys insist on making me run back and forth? Ready to head out? As ready as I'm ever gonna be. Where's Gaius? Good, you're here. The Ironworks have completed their analysis of the ruby weapon, and Sid Garland wishes to share his findings. I take it you can spare a few moments? I wouldn't be here if I couldn't. Very good. Please wait here while I inform him of your arrival. Glad you can make it, Shizune. I'm sure you're as anxious as anyone to hear what we've uncovered. Our early hypotheses were proving correct. The Garleans have designed a system whereby a pilot's consciousness can be forcibly supplanted with data based on the memories and experience of another. So, even a rank amateur could obtain the battle capabilities of a seasoned warrior? Precisely. And we learned how this was made possible when we opened the cockpit. The monitors were still operational, and among the messages displayed, one particular phrase caught my attention. Synthetic Arisight system. Which is what, exactly? Well, the core of the Ultima weapon was referred to as the Heart of Sabik by the Asians. We believe it to have been a type of arasite. I can't say much for the synthetic sort at this stage, but I've encountered real arasite before. It was extremely potent, perhaps equal in power to the Heart of Sabik. It's unclear whether the Garlean simulacrum possesses the same properties as the genuine article, but I intend to follow this avenue of inquiry to see where it leads. What we do know is that it was used to implant the combat data of Nail Van Darnus into the pilot, who has been presumed dead since before the calamity. Are you any closer to discovering how they were able to retrieve this data? The link didn't occur to Gaius at first, but he later told me of devices fitted to the Magitech armor of the Empire's high-ranking officers. There is reason to believe they were designed to emulate the soul crystals used throughout Eorzea. Yes, that was rumored to be its true purpose, but it was never publicly acknowledged. Perhaps those in the upper echelons of command wanted to avoid comparisons to the so-called savages they were meant to be conquering. There is also the question of whether this system even functions as intended. From what we've seen, we can assume they were successful in gathering combat data of those wearing armor equipped with the device. If the comparison with soul crystals is valid, perhaps this data was transferred via ether. However, it seems that it extracted not only memories relating to combat, but the soldier's very essence. As you saw, the pilot succumbed entirely to the will of Van Darnus. Though this is merely supposition, it's possible that being fused with the ruby weapon's core accelerated the process and caused the deceased legatus to manifest in corporeal form. Could it be that the death of the pilot was caused by the system malfunctioning? Boy, if only. It's hard to say. The ruby weapon itself was still largely intact when it deactivated, which strongly implies that it was the synthetic arasite running amok that killed her, rather than the damage incurred during the battle. But even after our analysis, I'm afraid we still don't have enough information. For now, perhaps we should consult with Gaius as to our next plan of action. Gaius will know how best to proceed. Will he? I still need to get to the bottom of how the synthetic arasite system works, and whether the pilot's fusion with the core was a malfunction or planned from the start. I have just returned from my reconnaissance, and I shall reveal my findings before taking a long overdue rest. Valdolin has come bearing vital information. I traced the ruby weapon's path back to the occupied territory of Werlit, which appears to be where it was built. My grasp of geography is surprisingly poor. Care to enlighten me? Well, Alamigo is placed on the western edge of Gimlet. Werlit lies on the opposite side, to the east. It was once a proud and prosperous city, until it was brought to its knees by the Imperial invaders. You seem rather well informed. Perhaps I should have taken you with me. Humph. I thought that much was common knowledge. It is also where Alphonse and the others were born. And now the weapon project has brought them home. Yes, the place is now rife with Imperials. They have established an airship supply depot in the coastal town of Turncliffe. According to the locals, something resembling one of the weapons was transported there a few days ago. This bodes ill indeed. Were it possible, I would attempt to capture Alphonse and his followers before they can launch an offensive. However, the distance between here and Turncliffe presents a considerable obstacle, and in all likelihood, their weapon will be ready long before we arrive. Approaching by sea would allow us to save time by circumventing their ground-based troops, provided we were able to secure a vessel. Or you could use the Enterprise and take the most direct route of all, as the crow flies. In fact, this is the perfect chance to put my top secret plan into action. And might I ask what that entails? It wouldn't be much of a secret if I told you, now would it? What I can say is there's a starring role planned for you, Shizune. Huh? Why so surprised? You didn't think I'd let you off that easily, did you? It'll be here soon, so don't go anywhere. Okay. Many Imperials who fought at Gimlet withdrew to Wurlet, though they will have had ample time to recuperate by now. Were we to approach by land, we could expect considerable resistance. I must admit, I'm not fond of surprises, or secrets for that matter. I see Sid still delights in keeping others in suspense. I can only hope he does not make us wait over long. Let's go! You got me! God. Please, Square, let us keep it. Bring it back someday. Please, please, please. Here it is, Shizune. I present Garland Ironworks' adaptation of the Ultimate Warrior, the G-Warrior. Ah, pretty. I know elegant design when I see it. Excavated from one of their ruins, no doubt. As is law, to be precise. We came across it during the course of our investigations and decided it would be a shame to let it go to waste. And you will be taking this refitted relic to face the enemy head-on, yes? Perhaps my knowledge of the Ultima weapon will be of use. I'm counting on it, as it happens. But first, we'll need to perform a test run in the simulator before throwing you into battle. Come, we haven't much time. Okay. If you insist. Let's go. We're Gundam now, boys and girls. Let's begin the G-Warrior training simulation. I've prepared 3 trials to teach you the basics. First, I want you to try attacking the guidance system. Don't worry, I won't fight back. The G-Warrior is armed with a range of weaponry. Now's your chance to learn what it's capable of. Okay, cannon. Sword. Kaboom? Kaboom. What do you do? Also kaboom. And that's a heal. Alright. What's the range on this? Kamehameha? Hell yeah. Oh, right, I wanted to test what the range on this is. Beer palm, let's go. So far, so good. Let's move on to something a bit more advanced, shall we? The G-Warrior also comes equipped with the Pyretic Booster, which diverts even more power to its weapons and increases its speed and maneuverability. This, however, comes at a price. Activating it places a huge strain on the G-Warrior, so it must only be used in short bursts. That's why it's best to practice here before heading into battle. Try activating the Pyretic Booster. Oh, that's not right. You'll notice that your movement speed is much improved, but as shown on your monitor, the G-Warrior becomes more and more structurally unstable as time passes. To deactivate the Pyretic Booster, press the same button again. Auto-restoration can mitigate a certain amount of damage incurred, but don't rely on it to carry you through the battle. Now try using Pyretic Booster to destroy the target. Where's the target? Ah. This time, the node will launch a wide-reaching attacks in quick succession. But with your increased movement speed, you should have no trouble evading them. Go! It's G-Warrior, right? So this hand of mine burns with an awesome power! Its burning grip tells me to defeat you! Excellent work, Shizune. You best deactivate the Pyretic Booster while I explain the final trial. Okay. Gonna go ahead and heal. We've covered defense, now look at defense. This is where the Ethereal Aegis should come in handy. Unfortunately, you can't keep the barrier up indefinitely, as it will drain the G-Warrior's power reserves. You might even run out of energy for the weapons, so watch out. First, let's try deploying the Ethereal Aegis. The monitors show how much power is being drained. Don't let it get too low. That's enough for now. Turn off the barrier using the same button used to deploy it. I am going to move this to... Oh, it won't let me reorganize it. For the last trial, use the Ethereal Aegis while attempting to destroy the target. Unlike before, there's no way to escape, so you'll need to weather them using the barrier. Go ahead, time that. I'm so good at this game. You're a natural. All right, that's everything. Time to end the simulation. I win! I suppose that in theory, any one of us could be be the pilot, but I dare say your preternatural abilities give you a certain advantage. Back for more training, eh? No. Oh, Severa's here. Well, if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Do I? Incredible. But how does it compare to the weapons? I guess we're about to find out. Are you sufficiently prepared? Yes, I'm ready. Well, then we shall depart for Turncliffe at once. Seems they were expecting us. But who is the pilot? Shizune, we're almost there. You'd better have your wits about you. I have control. RMG warrior, do the thing. Initiate combat mode. Now, get ready to strike. Is it too late to go back or to back out? It's time to fry this overgrown squid. Squid. And save some for me. For research purposes, that is. Let's go! Is it? Have I made it obvious enough that I'm a big fan? Like, I'm a casual fan of Gundam, but I'm a big fan of G Gundam. But I can't afford to lose. It's all or nothing. Activating Oversoul. Hydra's combat sample ready. Initiating organic word. Organic core overwrite. There we go. I will be monitoring the situation from the air. Follow my instructions and eliminate the target. Roger. Well, it seems the savages have been busy. I shall enjoy, Text is going too fast. Sorry, guys. Oh, I did not get out of there in time. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. I really wish they would let me rearrange these to be more comfortable. Ethereal Aegis using Ultima, allegedly? You're actually making it too hard to see. Oh. Hello. Hey Zeb, if you're here, could you take care of that vibe? With that? Oh, is this an AoE? Oh, it is an AoE. What? There we go. Yeah, there's no save spot. Yeah. Oh, that's Ultima. Whew. See if I can line you up. Lone survivor. Woo boy! Oh, ow. There we go. Where are you going? Okay, there we go. Ooh. Nope. Gonna go ahead and line them up and what? Ow! Uh-oh! 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 Okay. Oh, the turrets can wait. Okay. Alright, now I line you guys up and use that. Oh, you're taking like forever to charge up. Ow! Okay. Well, I probably needed to be more on top of... let me report this spot real quick. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, that's not who I wanted to talk to. Alright. Normal. Fuck doing things on easy mode. Do you see that stream title? It says veteran plays at minimum item level, no echo, undersized parties. We don't do things easy here. I'm gonna be a little more aggressive this time and see if that doesn't help. But, ooh. Ow! That wasn't right. I probably didn't turn off the thingy fast enough. I didn't deactivate hyper mode fast enough. Sorry, guys. Or did this be Berserker? I don't know. I'm still in control of myself, so I guess it's hyper mode. It's not cooled enough. Gotta maximize that buff up time. Oh, wait, you might be a... Yeah, you are a... all over the place, AoE. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. This is bad, this is bad. Not good, not good, not good. Can't heal for another 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... Alright. Now, Kamehameha. Hell yeah. Oh, you survived. Kamehameha? Woo! Oh, I interrupted. What? Go on free. Oh, because I used the wrong skill. There you are. Forward beam. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I heal. Go, 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 go! Woo! Easy peasy, first try! Don't pay attention to the other ones. That was definitely my first try, uh-huh. Sad thing is, I think I fucked up the same way the first time I did this too. The target has been silenced. That damn squid never stood a chance. Now that the immediate threat has been dealt with, we should gather what information we can in Turncliffe. Roger. No, we're not returning to Garabania. We are exploring. I must admit, I envy your talents. Would that I possessed even a fraction of your skill, that I could better serve Gaius. I cannot help feeling there was a simpler way to defeat the weapon. Perhaps shooting it in the head with a large cannon would have sufficed. Yeah, but this way was more fun. Also, I'm not sure the cannon would have worked. I just wanted to see if there's anybody hiding from us over here. I mean, not actually hiding. We're not a threat. We're the good guys. Why would anybody be afraid of us? Most of the 7th Legion troops stationed here withdrew before you arrived. I expect they're regrouping somewhere and getting ready to retake the town. I even heard one of the members of the weapon project is still hiding somewhere in the town. Those Scarlian bastards are finally gone, and it's all thanks to you. My husband died defending our town when they first invaded, and for all the years since, it felt like he died for nothing. Now, his soul might at last find peace. What do you want with me, lass? Yeah. Former Imperial conscript? Oh. I've been separated from my family ever since I was forced into the army, but I was able to sneak away in the confusion. I've got you and your friends to thank for that. My main concern is that Legatus Valens won't take this lying down. That man is like a dog with a bone. Once he sinks his teeth in, he never lets go. I'll be back, I'm sure of it. You did well to pilot the G-Warrior so adeptly in so short a time. And with the weapon largely intact, Sid and his researchers should be able to gather a wealth of valuable information. Before it is dismantled, perhaps we should take one last look upon our fallen foe. We should have known Father and his friends would track us down sooner or later. Now they're at our doorstep, and the Sapphire weapon still isn't ready. Even so, it should still be able to fend them off, or at least buy us some time. Not quite how I had imagined it, but this seems as good a way to die as any. Rex, Recon, why are you still here? You're supposed to be moving the other weapons to a safe location. You can take care of that, while I pilot the Sapphire weapon. What are you talking about? I'm the pilot, not you. There's no need to put your life on the line. Besides, it's still incomplete. It can barely perform basic maneuvers, so it'll be practically useless in a real fight. We have a solution. Oversoul. You want to end up like Melisandre? No, of course not. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But she didn't give her life in vain. The ruby weapon left behind data that's been used to improve the system, to prevent any further malfunctions. What difference does that make? Once Oversoul is activated and the pilot fuses with the core, there's no way back. That's why I should be the one to pilot the Sapphire weapon, not you, Rex. Alphonse needs you. You and I both know I'm the least qualified pilot we have. There's less to lose if I don't make it back. No, I won't let you! Please, Rex, hear me out. Ever since we were children, I was the smallest, the weakest, too afraid to stand up for myself. But I had the best brothers and sisters a boy could wish for. You were always there for me, protected me. Now it's my turn to protect you. Take the other weapons and get out of here. See this through to the end. Do it for me, for Melisandre. I'm counting on you, Rex. You always did have a stubborn streak. All right, Recon. I won't let you down. Just promise you'll wait for me on the other side. We'll meet again, brother. You all made me happier than I had any right to be. And now, I've finally found my purpose. I have no regrets. Come on, Sapphire. We may be far from perfect, but we have a job to do. Let's give Father... No, not the ad right now at the last sentence. But let's give Father something to remember us by. And then we'll pick up after the ad. But yeah, God, I hate these. I'm not looking forward to the cutscene that's coming up. These are genuinely the most uncomfortable quests in the entire game for me. But Shizu, you could just skip it. Yeah, but like... it kind of gets referenced in Endwalker MSQ if you've done them. And I want to do everything. So I'm stuck. At least, okay, since I fucked up last week when we were doing 5.2 stuff, we get a double dose of Ishgard Restoration. So that'll cleanse us a little bit. Cause, oh shit, hang on. Ishgard Restoration main quests. We're gonna have to go to... Yes, okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got like 8 Ishgard Restoration quests. So, hooray for that. But yeah. Welcome back from Ad, everybody. Remember, if you aren't already, be sure to sub. Alright, so let's continue. The Echo, I presume. Or the Echo, I presume. What did it reveal to you? Recon, my poor boy. You were braver than most could ever hope to be. It was as we feared. I'm sorry, Gaius. First Melissandia, now Recon. We must find the remaining weapons to end this madness. End this madness. Tell me, what do you make of Gaius Balsar? I understand the two of you have been acquainted since his days as the Black Wolf. He claims to have shed his pelt when he took up the hunt for Ascians, but he's still the same man deep down. He certainly kept quiet about having a flock of foster children back in the Empire, though. It seems he would rather bare his teeth to his former masters than allow harm to come to them. Yet try as I might, I cannot make sense of it. Does he truly fight for the good of mankind, as he would have us all believe? Or is he merely biding his time before he reveals his true colors? Whatever the answer may be, in the end, he will always be a Garlean. And though there may be honorable men and women among them, I have suffered much and more as a result of their conquests. Barbaric campaigns in which Gaius Balsar played no small part. My first encounter with the Garleans was 20 years ago, shortly after the fall of Alamigo. They continued their march into the lands that had long been home to we Duskwights. We sought to repel the invaders, but we were woefully unprepared. Our bows and arrows were no match for their magitech, and even our most powerful magics did little to slow their advance. I fought on the front line, but was knocked unconscious in the opening exchange. When I came to, I was alone, the rest of my unit slaughtered. I hurried back to my village to look for my wife and daughter, only to find the place deserted. My search lasted for days, then weeks, then months, and it seemed they had disappeared without a trace. I finally learned from two Imperials held at Bittermill that the villagers had been captured and used as test subjects for the poison gas that would later be known as Black Rose. They were never seen again. For 20 long years, I roamed aimlessly with nothing but hatred to keep me alive. I eventually found myself at the Order of the Twin Adder, who offered me a place among their ranks. The desire for revenge was the only thing I had left, so without a moment's notice or hesitation, I accepted. Were it not for the war with Garlemald, I would have been loath to work alongside the city-dwelling Gridanians who for so long had treated my kind as outcasts. But none of that mattered anymore. It all culminated with Operation Archon. As you led the charge into the Praetorium, we were right behind you. And when the place came crumbling down, most of us were caught in the rubble. I escaped with my life, though many others were less fortunate. Having dragged myself free from the rubble, I sought a way out. It was then that I encountered none other than Gaius Balsar, on the verge of death. The gods had delivered me the man whose conquest had robbed me of everything. I was poised, ready to exact my revenge. And then he spoke. I will not beg for mercy. I only ask that you stay your hand a while longer. I cannot die until I have rid the world of the Ascian menace. For millennia, mankind has danced to their tune. But no more. Then, once we are finally free, my life is yours for the taking. I would have struck him down there, or then and there, had I not sensed truth in his words. So I decided to grant him a stay of execution and join him on his hunt. All this time, I've kept a close eye on Gaius. Though he is ever on the watch for pursuers, He has granted me ample opportunity to slay him if I so choose. And I still might, if he shows even the slightest sign of betraying our agreement. But for now, the Ascians are my chosen quarry. If they are indeed the ones pulling the Empire's strings, then it shall not end until they have been eradicated. Every last one. Though I could not save my skin. There are those who may yet be spared the horrors of war. Though I could not save my kin. Oh my god. There are those who may yet be spared the horrors of war. Unfortunately, dealing with the Ascians will have to wait until we have brought an end to Garlemald's weapon project. Though we may have vanquished 2 of the new weapons, we must make every effort to prepare for whatever the Garleans throw at us next. Perhaps Severa can tell us whether the Ironworks engineers have uncovered any information of note. Okay, like, I get that the Gridanians aren't great to Duskwights, but, like, the whole reason for the separation in the first place is because the Duskwights got mad that the Gridanians left Delmora. I'd rather you didn't share what we discussed with my traveling companions. It would only complicate matters. What? You don't want Severa to know that you want to kill her crush? Or whatever her relationship with him is? The Ironworks engineers are still at work dismantling the Sapphire weapon and investigating the Turncliffe Magitech facility. Though they have yet to make their report, they have some news to share at this juncture. Please wait here a moment. We've yet to finish our investigation, but I can give you a preliminary report. Were you able to recover anything of note? Before abandoning the facility, they'd attempted to destroy anything they couldn't take with them, including many of their research materials. Luckily, some information relating to the Sapphire weapon's combat data was intact. Judging by what we saw during the battle, it was extracted from Regula Van Hydrus, correct? It also appears that the Sapphire weapon was actually in an incomplete state, and therefore unable to perform at full capacity. Even so, it was immensely powerful. Had they been given the chance to finish it before we'd arrived, who knows how it would have ended. Indeed. We may not be so fortunate next time, so we must prepare for the worst. The Ironworks will continue to investigate the Sapphire weapon and look into possible countermeasures. The Echo afforded you a glimpse into the conversation between Recon and Rex prior to the weapon's deployment. Do you remember any details? Yeah, they knew he was gonna die. Improvements were made to the synthetic arsite system to prevent malfunctions? Then it was never their intent to create a manifestation of Nail Van Darnus. But there's one thing that was intended. Oversoul. Its activation results in the pilot being absorbed by the core, killing them in the process. Vex and Recon were fully aware of this, were they not? And they were. Then the death of the pilot was by design all along. Alphonse, how could you? Sacrificing your own siblings to fuel these accursed war machines! Surely there is no cause worth paying such a price. Aye, nothing is more precious than family. This nightmare is far from over. It appears that Rex has fled with the remaining weapons, and we can assume that Alphonse has every intention of sending them into battle. We must find a way to disable them before Oversoul can be activated. I have seen enough death. I do not wish to see any more. Then there is no time to waste. Let's be about it, Gaius. Severa, you're in charge here. Keep Sid and his team safe while they carry out the investigation. Understood. Please see that no harm comes to Gaius. While we're gone, I need you to relay everything to the resistance troops. Your first-hand account should prove useful. If there are any developments, we'll be sure to contact you. Alphonse, I will find you, wherever you are. If the other weapons have been moved elsewhere, the locals must have seen the direction in which they headed. At this stage, any information at all would be better than what we have now, which is next to nothing. Welcome back! It sounds like you've been on quite the journey, all the way to Turncliffe. And judging by the fact that you made it here in one piece, I trust everything went according to plan? More or less. What an astonishing account! I wouldn't mind putting that G-Warrior through its paces myself. Certainly a lot more stimulating than supervising this rabble, I'd imagine. Anyway, as before, I'll compile the information into a report and leave it over there for your perusal, should you feel so inclined. If we hear anything from headquarters, we'll be sure to pass it on. Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion's Wurlit headquarters. I've come to deliver my report, Lord Valens. Ah, so you've returned, young Alfred. Or was it Alwick? Not that it really matters, of course. I hear that you and your darling brothers and sisters have allowed the Sapphire weapon to fall into the hands of the enemy. Do tell me it isn't so. I'm afraid that is the case, Lord Valens. Oh, come now. No need to be so sullen. As they say, to err is to human, to forgive is to forgive divine. And you know how forgiving I can be, when it suits me. So tell me, whatever your name is, who was able to best the Sapphire weapon? Our sources state that the one known as the Warrior of Light was assisted by Sid Garland and Gaius van Belsar, my lord. Gaius. Yes, it seems he's been quite the troublemaker of late. Defecting from Garlemald, assassinating the Emperor. Whatever next? Oh well, there's no use crying over spilt milk. Speaking of which, I've become quite the connoisseur since arriving in Wurlit. This particular variety comes from a rare breed of prow, you know. Only 100 of them in existence, and pampered every day of their lives. Yes, they are quite valuable, until their milk dries up, that is. When it does, they are sent to the slaughterhouse like all the rest, for that is their lot in life. to be discarded once they have served their purpose. Did I create the ruby and sapphire weapons so that you could deliver them gift-wrapped to the enemy? I can see it now. Sidnan Garland rubbing his hands up with glee at all the technological marvels we've bestowed upon him. And you let Gaius Van Balsar, of all people, get in the better of you. How do you think this reflects on me? The legatus of the 7th Legion, humiliated by that traitor. Humiliated, I say. There's only one way to deal with worthless provincial filth like you. Wait for me in the correction chamber. You need to be taught a lesson in obedience. Yes, my lord. Forgive my intrusion, Lord Valens, but it's time for your meeting with the head of Magitech Development. Oh, how time flies when you're whipping useless soldiers into shape. Yes, I'll be along at once, along once I've made myself presentable. Can't have people thinking I've let my standards slip now, can I? What are you doing here? You wish to see me, Lord Valens? Did I now? Ah, yes, that's right. So you're Ellie, yes? And you joined the military of your own free will along with your fellow orphans? Such devotion! What an inspiration you are! You see, it is my firm belief that love grants us the power to move mountains, to overcome any obstacle. Together we shall discover the strength that lies within you. Take my hand, child. I will show you the way. Blech. Okay. Boy. Okay. Those quests always make me feel like I need a shower or something. Let's go someplace nice. Let's go do happy quests. That's not what I want. To the firmament. Yep, here we go. Woo! Francino? What's up? This is kind of tonal whiplash, but oh well. Francino is concerned for his master. Ah, if it isn't Mistress Shizune. Though you may have seen me attending Lord Francel, I've not had the pleasure of introducing myself. I am his manservant. Oh boy. Francrenal. I've been pronouncing his name wrong this entire time. I would like to offer you my personal thanks for lending your aid to my lord. Yours is an inspiring presence to him. Owing to the collective effort of all involved, the new nest stands completed. Such was my lord's joy. 'Twas as if he were a young boy again. He now seeks to settle folk in the district, and is personally reaching out to those citizens who were displaced by the war and the subsequent unrest. Ahem. About that. Master Ogbert, by your tone, I take it you harbor some concerns. Aye, that I do. Thanks to Francel's encouragement, some folk have already moved into the district, but many more are dragging their feet. To hear the talk, they're afraid that the rent will be too expensive, or that they'll put themselves at the mercy of heartless nobles, and the whole host of other reasons. In order to encourage settlement, the firmament offers various incentives to residents, such as tax relief and employment initiatives. Mayhap this knowledge was not seen sufficiently, or has not been sufficiently disseminated. I can words, disseminated to the public. My thought exactly. That he's late to return is because he's struggling to win folk over, I'd wager. On that note, Shizune, I was wondering if you'd mind searching for him, see how he's faring. I too would be grateful were you to look in on my lord. We'll find him in the broom, speaking with the residents, I believe. Okay, but first I kind of want to run around, because it occurred to me, we haven't really had a proper tour here. Oh yeah, I haven't even attuned to... Do I need to attune to the Ethernets here? Or was it all automatic? I guess I can check with this one. Okay. It was automatic. Actually kind of sad about that, because it would have been nice if I, like, had the excuse to run around here. Oh! I don't remember if I've ever seen these two before. Cute. With little baby Bean. Yeah, that's Rollenberry Field, but it's empty right now. Alright. And this guy and his little galley kitten friend. Okay, but the broom? I mostly just wanted to see if there were already NPCs at Rollenberry Field yet. Go. Oh, here's Mally. Did you hear? They're rebuilding the Firmament District. Does this mean we'll all have proper homes? Will you not tell me why you do not wish to live in the firmament? What is it that worries you so? Ah, Shizune. You could not have come at a better time. You may have heard that I am in the process of settling citizens in the firmament. While some could not pack their belongings quickly enough, others are proving resistant to the idea, such as Audane here and her daughter, Noelle. Begging your pardons, but aren't you the savior of Ishgard? It's an honor, milady. We're grateful for the invitation, we truly are, but we couldn't possibly afford to live in the shiny new district. Even before our home in the Broom was burned down, we were barely getting by. Besides, given who we are, we don't have the right. In my mind, the firmament is for people such as they first and foremost, who lost their homes to the fires of conflict. And if they themselves do not wish it, I cannot well force them to move. They have employment initiatives for residents. Truly, if that's the case, perhaps it's not out of the question for us. But perhaps I should do it. Yes, if not for myself, then for my little girl. All right, I humbly accept. Glad am I to hear it. Pray see to your preparations then, and come to the firmament when you are ready. And all it took was a few words from you. You truly hold sway over people, my friend. Of course, such trust comes not overnight. 'Tis the product of your many selfless deeds. Despite being falsely accused of a crime and driven to the ends of the realm, you did not surrender to despair. On the contrary, you dedicated yourself to the plight of others, and ultimately guided our war-weary nation upon the path to peace. In some days, we have walked similar paths, or in some ways, we have walked similar paths. But my struggles were trifling things compared to yours. My name carries not the same weight, and my words have not the same power over the hearts of my fellow men. But the fury take me if I allow the restoration effort to flounder on account of my personal failings. The health and happiness of the people are at stake. Ooh, excuse me. Uh-oh. Therefore, I ask you, will you not aid me in the running of the firmament? With you beside me, I feel that there is no difficulty I cannot overcome. You need an answer right this moment. Please, take the time to think on it. I mean, of course I'm gonna help you. I didn't save your life for nothing. You agree to aid me then? Words cannot well express my gladness. Thank you. Without further ado then, I would have you deliver these missives. They are entreaties for cooperation in the restoration effort. Ordinarily, I would make the delivery myself, but I believe that the recipients would be pleased for your visit. One is Gibralant, proprietor of the Forgotten Knight. Another is Sir Handelope of the Temple Knights. And last but not least is Mr. Salays, of our master of the markets. While you see to this task, I shall look in on Audane and her daughter. Let us convene in the firmament afterwards. Oh wait, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. If it isn't Shizune, what can I get you? Bearing the rose of House Helinar, This envelope contains an entreaty for cooperation in a restoration effort. A missive from young Francel. I can only guess how you ended up delivering it, but let's have a look. Dear Gibrallant. Oh, is it Gibriant? I think I did decide it was Gibriant. Or, Dear Gibriant, I pray this missive finds you well and not bothered overmuch by the old wound. I write with regards to our efforts in the firmament, of which you will most certainly be aware. Of late, we have seen a marked increase in the number of workers on site, and we struggle to keep everyone fed. In order to alleviate the strain upon our kitchen, it is my hope that you might provide us with hearty and wholesome provender from your own. Young Francel was always good to me back when I served his house, and I wouldn't refuse him. I'll arrange to have the meals prepared and sent to the firmament at once. You're involved in the restoration, then, I take it. Keep an eye out on the lad for me, will you? Right, Handelope is in here. Lucia's still here. Your deeds have scattered the dark clouds that have long loomed over Ishgard. On my oath, we will not squander the bright future you have won for us. Yeah. Well met, Shizune. To what do I owe the honor this day? A missive from Lord Francel, you say? Dear Handelope, my thanks for your unflagging dedication to preserving the peace in the Holy See. I write to you as overseer of the Firmament Reconstruction Project in order to officially entreat the cooperation of the Temple Knights. The project's need for able hands will only grow, and it is my hope that your order might be amenable to dispatching a contingent of engineers to assist in our efforts. For the prosperity of our nation, I thank you for your kind consideration. I see. Though I have not the authority alone to decide, I, for one, should be glad were we are ordered to lend what help we may. I shall do my utmost to see that Lord Francel has his engineers. Truth to tell, I have a personal interest in the firmament. Ere it was razed to the ground, I myself lived there, you see. Many places in Ishgard offer a commanding view, but I find none finer than that of my erstwhile home. Alright, and then to the jeweled crozier. A warm welcome to you, Mistress Sazkar. What is it that you seek at the jeweled crozier this evening? There you go. A missive from me, from Lord Francel? Intriguing. Dear Mistress Elise, I pray this missive finds you well and your markets bustling. I write to request your aid in acquiring heavy machinery of foreign make, intended for the use of the many foreigners lending their expertise in the restoration project. Such equipment as the Sky Steel manufactory possesses is unfamiliar to non-Ishgardians, and as such would adversely affect their ability to carry out their work. Through the connections you have established with foreign merchants, I have faith that you can produce for us that which we require. My humblest thanks for your assistance. Heavy machinery of foreign make. Though it will be no small coup to source such items, the merchant in me welcomes the challenge. But I say, it feels like only yesterday that Lord Francel was a little boy coming to market with his brothers. Now he has blossomed into a well-spoken, accomplished young man. Time surely flies. Forgive me my reminiscence. You may relay to my lord, it shall be my pleasure to attend to his order. up the firmament. Also, update for anybody who was watching earlier. I did not clear and now has to eat a shoe, apparently. I hope it's made out of leather. At least that's edible. In theory. I believe Casing History with Max Miller may have actually fucked around with that. Not with an actual shoe, but with leather. My thanks for taking the time to seek out my lord. There you are, Shizune. You have delivered the missives, I take it. So, how did the recipients respond to my entreaties? They're all looking forward to helping. For those who were here before the power outage. Okay. Come, do not keep me waiting. What were the recipients' responses? They're all happy to help. Both Gibriant and Deleuze are willing. Glad am I to hear it. This shall do wonders for our workers' morale. As for Sir Handelope, I know he is not wont to keep make promises out of hand, but I've convinced that, but I've confidence that he will come through it for us. Thanks to your help, I was able to personally assist Audain and her daughter. Meanwhile, having but few possessions, they were able to promptly move to the firmament. That's good. I also arranged to find a moment to pen further missives. Lest you wonder, these are addressed to the 4 high houses, my own included. Each of the houses has strengths that shall avail the project, and I would call upon their cooperation. I know not how a petition from an upstart such as I will be received, but it would not do to depend entirely on you. Nay, these missives I shall deliver myself. Lord Foncel, a moment! Oh dear. There are people who have been waiting for an audience with my lord. Mistress Shizune, it pains me to make such a request of you, but will you not consent to serve as acting overseer and speak with the workers and residents in my lord's stead? Sure, why not? I'm truly grateful. Now, I expect that some advice will be asked of you, but I trust you to exercise your best judgment. I shall call upon the petitioners in turn, whenever you are ready. You need but say the word. Are you ready to receive the petitioners, my lady? Speaking with the petitioners will take several minutes. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Yeah, all 0 of them. Who we talking to? Ah. Francel's away again, is he? That's been flat out late helping at folk get settled. Any road? Wanted to speak with him about a big task what's coming up. We need to bring in more hands for it. Well, we know the Temple Knights might dispatch engineers. So, yeah. As tempting as I have some dragon friends who I could round up, maybe. The Temple Knight engineers, you say? Aye, with their knowledge and experience, I reckon they'll do nicely. I'll see it to it we're ready to begin as soon as we get approval. My thanks, Shizune. It appears your advice was helpful. Yeah, it's helpful. Lord Francel isn't even here? Bah, what a waste of time. Now, sir, you mustn't say such things. You know the Overseer is a busy man. We're artisans from Limsa Lominsa, charged with imparting our techniques to the locals. Our apprentices have been making good progress, and we've a mind to set them more advanced tasks. But for this, we need specialized machinery they don't have in Ishgard. We want to ask the Overseer if he could have it brought in, but seems it'll have to wait another time, or for another time. A bad knight blames his sword. The manufacturer might be able to make what you need. The jeweled Corsair can bring in what you need. Truly, that's good to hear. In case you're wondering, the machinery in question is made by Naldik and Vimelis. We'll have the details for you soon, and we'd appreciate it if you could relay them to the people at the Jeweled Corsair. Huh? Oh, it's a bear! A Gaily kitten suddenly appears. Oh, you poor baby. I know the solution to whatever your problem is, and it's that you come home with me and be my pet. I'll feed you and give you ear scritchies and chickens. Beg your pardons, my lady. This little critter came here amidst cargo from the Sea of Clouds. We've tried to send it on its way, but it refuses to leave. It's been lingering near the kitchen, so I suspect it's hungry. Thus far, it hasn't done any harm, but what do you suppose we should do with it? Let me take it home. Gibriant will be bringing food. He will be. The mystery scraps in my bag. No, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Meow. If I didn't know better, I'd say I'd understood what you said. And it seems to have caught scent of something. I'll go and keep an eye on it. My advice was helpful! What's up, girl? Well, if it ain't Shizune, you're certainly a common sight in the firmament these days. Your friend Francel, he said he was keen on the guards I was offering, so I came to discuss the details with him. Seems he ain't here, though, so our talk will have to keep. But there was something I wanted to tell you. The other day, I had occasion to meet Sir Amric. Did you? Busy as he is, he hasn't been able to pay a proper visit to the firmament. Oh. He knows all about your involvement, though, and was saying how grateful he was to you, as Lord Speaker of the House and a private citizen both. And that's all from me, for seeing you, Shizune. I mean, he could have just told me that over, like, dinner. He could invite me on another dinner date and just tell me that. That is everyone, I believe. Thank you for assisting the people in Lord Francel's stead. Speaking of whom, I expect he will return soon. Shall we await him together? I'm gonna stand for a bit. Gotta love having a standing desk. Alright. Switch back a bit. Shizune! You're still here? Yeah, I was doing your job for you. While you were absent, my lord, Mistress Shizune has been acting in your stead, attending the needs of those on site. Truly? Pray forgive me. In my eagerness, it appears I have unduly burdened you with my duties. But my own task, I am pleased to report, was not without fruit. We have received promising responses from all the high houses. Though it was largely a matter of formality, I first went to secure the support of House Halionart. I then paid a visit to House Forton, which has been providing lodgings to visiting workers. There, I was given the assurance that they will increase their capacity as the need arises. Next, I knocked upon the door of Durandare Manor. As a house founded upon military traditions, I was informed that they had little to offer to the restoration effort. Resigned, I was about to take my leave when, by a stroke of good fortune, Lord Jacquinard appeared and pledged to open a school where children might learn their letters, numbers, and stars. Jacquinard. He's the guy from... Hang on. Pretty sure he is the... Yeah, he's from the Astrologian Quest. That's what I thought. Yeah. He would offer to teach. Last but not least, I took myself to House Zamail, renowned for its architectural prowess, and they agreed to employ their expertise for the firmament's benefit. Shizune, I understand you are acquainted with Lord Harrison, the retired count. With his skill and passion... Oh, he's referencing the Moogle quests! With his skill and passion, I doubt not but that he will prove a great ally to our cause. He'll probably bring in the Moogles. Well now, pledges of cooperation from all the high houses, assuming that they're, like, at a point with or taking care of things in the Churning Mists, anyway. Well now, pledges of cooperation from all the high houses. Not so long ago, this would have been unthinkable. It is due to the peace we now enjoy, thanks to you, Mistress Shizune. Please help! Oh, that's a child's voice. Mommy, she's in trouble. Please, you have to help her. Noelle, take a deep breath, child, and tell us what has happened to Audine. Or Dane. Bum, bum, bum. Who might this child be? Come, let us hear what has befallen Noelle's mother. A scary inquisitor. He came and took Mummy away. She hasn't done anything wrong. Please, you can't let them hurt her. She will be fine, child. Shizune and I will see to it. Now, will you show us where your mother was taken? Come, my friend. Let us follow Noelle. Is it Noelle? Noé? Or Noye? I'll just keep saying Noelle, because... Ark of the Worthy. Actually, it probably would have been faster to teleport to the Ishgard Aetheryte and then take the Ethernet, but oh well. See you late. Oh. No? Wait, who do I talk to actually get in? There we go. Oh, here. Okay. This way, you say? Outside the gate! She was taken outside the gate! little red dragon baby. How many times must I tell you, we are good dragons? I demand you let us enter at once. Dane, it's me, Marsewa. Please, my love, tell them to let us pass. What? Can it truly be? What in the Fury's name is happening here? Lord Francel. We stopped these two dragons attempting to enter the Holy See. Why? The Lurger claimed to be related to this woman. Thus did I bring her hither to verify the truth. If this dragon is in fact a man, it is more than likely that he is a heretic and must be punished harshly. Have you not been paying attention? As must his kin. Sir? Forgive me, Inquisitor, but mayhap you were absent when the Lord Speaker made his declaration. In light of the peace we have forged with dragons, those accused of heresy are to be accorded fair hearing, and not punished out of hand. Be that as it may, it would not do to allow them to roam freely in the Holy See. It is liable to cause panic among the citizens. I think you're causing more panic than the dragons are, dude. As you say, yet ere we rush to pass judgment, we should allow the man a chance to tell his tale. Marsewa, was it? I bid you speak truthfully. Have you ever taken the life of an Ishgardian citizen? No, my lord. Upon my honor, I haven't so much as laid a claw on anyone. It's true that I chose to follow Lady Iceheart. It's true that I partook of dragon blood. Whether it's because of myself or the blood, I can't say, but my transformation was long and painful. By the time I had recovered, the war had already ended. To make matters worse, I found I couldn't revert to my original form. I took to wandering aimlessly until I chanced to encounter Elto here, who encouraged me to return home. If this man speaks true, then by our laws he has committed no crime. And you would simply believe the words of a dragon? Without any proof whatsoever? Ooh, from my experience, dragons are more truthful than men. I'll personally keep an eye on these two. Ooh, guys, help! Which one do I pick? You don't have any proof of wrongdoing either, or from my experience, dragons are more truthful than men? This one. From my experience, dragons are more truthful than men. I actually don't think I've ever encountered a dragon that lies. I shall take these two into my care. If they should cause any trouble, I will personally accept responsibility. If you would vouch for them, Lord Francel, then I shall not object. But I pray that you will not come to regret your decision. Well, it appears we have the situation in hand for the time being. Forgive us, my lord. We didn't mean to involve you in our troubles. Do not mention it. I have a responsibility to the residents of the firmament. That you and your daughter are safe is all that matters. Now, we just need to decide what to do with our guests. If you finished your bickering, you could start by showing me your city. Oh yes, I've dreamed of seeing it for a long time. I suppose there is no harm in that, and it would afford us the opportunity to discuss your situation further. Come with me then, to the firmament. And how do you like that? Timed perfectly. I'm gonna chill and eat during the ads, and then we will continue with this good, happy story. Where, for once tonight, I'm not being sarcastic when I say nothing is gonna go wrong. Everything is gonna be good. The Ishgard, like, the extent to which I don't like the Sorrows of Wyrlet, because it... Objectively, I acknowledge the fact that artistically, it is a very good piece of storytelling. Personally, it makes me intensely uncomfortable, deals with subject matter I'm not super fond of, and I hate it. Which is why I don't like doing Diamond Weapon. And have to, like, really make sure not to be paying attention to any flavor text or anything when I get it in roulettes. But the extent to which I feel that way towards Sorrows of Wyrlet is how much I love the Ishgard quests. They're so good. They make me so happy. I really hope we get something similar for Garlemald someday. Because what I love about the Ishgard quests is that, like, when we first arrived in Ishgard, things were kind of awful. They were in the middle of a war. There were homeless people on the streets, injured soldiers, families torn apart by the war because, like we're seeing in this quest, some people left and became heretics and others stayed behind. And now, like, we're bringing those families together and giving them homes. And, like, spoilers, but I think we're going to get to it tonight. Like, the orphans that are on the streets, they get taken in. I fucking love the Rolandberry Fields part of this quest, because, like, those kids get a home. And, like, God, it's so good, and it's such a good, like, kind of epilogue to Heavensward. Or, like, epilogue isn't the right word for it, because it's not really, like, I guess afterward might be better, because it's not like it's part of the main story. It's just like, hey, we had the big, exciting, satisfying conclusion, and the expansion ended, and this is what happened to the people afterwards, now that their city is entering a time of peace and reconstruction. And I so desperately want that for the people in Garlemald. I want at least some of Garlemald to get rebuilt. I want those people who are in, what's it called, Tertium? I want happy endings for people. Where people aren't sleeping in deactivated trains. Anyway. Where are they? Ah, over there. I'm gonna go by foot. So that we can take in more of the view. Oh! Oh, they already got moved! Look it! And now Melly is here? I've got a home now. A proper home with walls and everything to keep the cold out. Sometimes I still can't believe it, and I have to pinch myself. Oh. You and your friends helped to build them, right? All the houses? You've been so good to us. I hope I can repay you someday. And reminder, guys, pretty sure this is the same little girl who, I think it was Vidofnir who saved her from falling. But there's also, like, a bunch of, like, young girls in Ishgard who have the same hairstyle. So maybe not. But I'm pretty sure it's her. I'm fairly certain that was Mally that got saved. And look at these goobers! Playing swordsman. Oh, I think they're playing Paladin and Dark Knight. Hang on. Are you invoking the darkness? Is that what I saw? Probably not gonna get the dialogue again. I won't. Like, we did this, guys. We saved this city and made this possible. Also, fun fact, there's jump puzzles on, like, all of these towers. Look at the kiddos. All these are Drakenard students? All of this makes me so incredibly happy. All right. Lord Francel has told me all. In defending the defenseless, he acted as a true knight should. Full proud am I of him. Is Francel a knight? He might just be taking inspiration from a certain departed friend. It appears all are present. Good. So, Marsewa, Elto, though you are my guests, I trust you can appreciate that our troubles are not yet over, or that your troubles are not yet over. Yours in particular, Marsewa. Though you are Ishgardian, as a heretic and dragon both, you place your family in an exceedingly difficult position. But ere I speak further, we should hear Audain's thoughts on the matter. It's only because our nation has changed that I can admit this now. But I too once supported Lady Iceheart's vision. I couldn't well commit myself to her cause, though. That would mean forsaking our family. But he did so anyway. He forsook us, left us to fend for ourselves. And look at him now. Worse still, he's brazen enough to show his face in Ishgard, and runs afoul of an inquisitor. If it weren't for my lord's intervention, we might have been executed there and then. Forgive me, but I don't know. After all that's happened, I don't know if I can. If I want to take him back. Please give me some time to think. I just wanted to see the two of you again. You finally meet your family, and all you can do is stammer and sulk? Have some stones, for heaven's sake! But enough of your tedious troubles. I came here to see a city, and I'm going to see one. Oh, wait! Apologies, Shizune, but will you not go and keep an eye on Elto? I've not had the chance to inform the residents, and it would not do to cause panic. Yeah, sure. You have my gratitude. Now, it seems she headed to the new nest. If you hurry, you should be able to find her. Yeah. Lord Francel has told me all. In defending the defenseless... Oh. It's the same thing. It isn't safe for Marseille to be alone either. I shall remain with him. Nadine. Noel. She went... Oh, it's pointing down. Whoops. Hang on. I'm gonna shortcut that. Yep, there she is. Watching the little babies play. Okay, do you say something about being a Dark Knight? I don't remember. Yeah, they're playing Temple Knight versus Dark Knight. The impressive power of the dark side. Cute. It seems men don't change very much as they grow. However do they become able to fly, I wonder? We don't. Oh, it's you. What is it? I'm here to give you a tour? Huh. As I've said already, I won't harm anyone. I'll have you know that my sire is Gillenbursty of the noble line of Radatosker, and like our esteemed ancestor, I will fill the skies with beauteous songs. And though we may have not have met before, I know who you are. Oh yes, my sire, Gillenbursty, has told me much and more about you. Now, you may be wondering what events led to my being here. I've been on a journey to learn the ways of men, you see, but one I met was more interested in skewering me than speaking. I mightn't be alive if Marsowa hadn't come to my aid. Though our kinds are meant to be at peace again, not all men are ready to accept dragons as friends. The opposite is true too, of course. Look, I'd sooner not be caught by unfriendly men either, so perhaps I'll return with you after all. Is he still stammering and sulking? Hopeless, I tell you. Okay, they're all just saying the same thing still. It seems there was no alarm caused. My thanks for finding Alto, Shizune. While you were gone, I took the opportunity to inform the residents about our guests. While all now understand the situation, whether they accept it is another question. Lord Francel, might we have a word? Shizune, could you wait with Marsewa and Eltoa yonder while I speak with these good folk? Yeah, sure. We heard that there were dragons in the firmament. It appears the rumors were true. One of them near killed me in the war, tore me open the length of my back. They say the larger one used to be a man, but the mere sight of him, it makes the scar ache unbearably. And my daughter, she was murdered by those wretched heretics. It's easy to say there's peace now, but that's not so easy to forget. I too lost a dear brother to the dragons. Believe me when I say I understand that some wounds do not heal. I will not force you to accept Marsewa. Yet despite his appearance, he is but another Ishgardian, no different from ourselves. So I ask that you withhold your judgment for a time. That you give him a chance. If you say so, then very well, my lord. Forgive me, Lord Francel. It seems my presence brings only pain. Come now, there is not a single soul in the nation who hasn't known suffering. You not least of all, my friend. If you are willing, will you not share with us how you came to be a heretic? Somewhere in your tale, we may find the key to winning over the doubters. Is he oh, still saying the same. My tale. Are you still saying the same thing? Forgive me. As you conversed, I could not help but remember oh boy. Clodobaint? Clodobaint. I guess. To thaw a frozen heart. Come, Marsewa, tell us your tale. I used to be a craftsman, making sundry necessities on request. It wasn't much, but it was a living for me and my family. When our home burned down, I took to repairing the other people's belongings in exchange for scraps of food. Though it was necessary to keep us from starving, knowing that each mouthful I earned meant less for our fellows. The unfairness of it all was too much to bear. So I cast my lot with Lady Iceheart, with dreams of making lives better for the common folk. But in the end, all I succeeded in doing was forsaking my loved ones. I would make amends to my family, if they will let me. As I am now, I'm not but a burden to them. That's the last thing I wish to be. I see. My thanks for opening your heart to us. It's as Father says. Men tend to overthink things. Perhaps one is made to think more than one's life is... Perhaps one is made to think more when one's life is fleeting. That may well be the case, my friend, but it makes our feelings no less true for it. And Marsewa feels the keenest regret, unborn of the love he bears for his family. If his fellow Ishgardians can be made to understand this... You said that you were once a craftsman. If you were to make for the people such items as they find needful, as you once did, I dare say you could express your feelings better than any words can. Express my feelings. Altered as my hands are, I know not how well I can perform the work. But very well, my lord. I'll try my very best. I am certain you will. Now, as for the items you might craft, I believe you best know those things which will delight your wife and child. The question is what may serve to please your detractors. The two men who approached. The older recently moved to the firmament with his son's family. They arrived with naught but the shirts on their backs, and I imagine they would have need of household items such as dining utensils. Then there is the younger fellow, the retired soldier whose scar troubles him still. You might appreciate an unguent of some description to relieve the aches. Would such items be within your abilities to prepare? I believe so, my lord. Ah, he's an omnicrafter. I know a place in the new nest where Marsewa may do his work. Pray, come with me. Oh, these quests might also end up unlocking Elto as a custom delivery client. Whoops. I may have one more custom delivery thing to do tonight. And I went the wrong way. Here we go. I shall assist Master Marsewa with those tasks which may cause him that difficulty. I have no idea what men use all this for, but it looks interesting. These stalls were built for the district's residents. I have taken the liberty of securing one of Marsewa's... Excuse me. Whoops, hang on. Wait. Oh no, now I feel like I'm gonna sneeze again, but it's not happening. I have taken the liberty of securing one for Masewa's use. It seems I can make use of this space, and all the equipment and materials besides. Aye, whatever you find here is yours to use as you see fit. Now, is there aught else you might require? Mr. Shizune, Alto, might I trouble you to obtain 2 items for me? One is a healing herb for the Unjin, and the other a dye. I would go about attaining them myself, but I'm liable to cause panic. Alto is small enough to remain inconspicuous at least, and can fly besides. But of course I would be happy to help. You may leave the herbs to me. If I may ask you, the dye then, it's 2 pots of cream yellow I require. I've heard that a woman named Elonwi at the Medican's Court deals in all manner of wares. Perhaps you can inquire with her. Is there a dye vendor here? Hang on. I'm going in the opposite direction of the Ethernet. There it is. I almost teleported to my house because I figured it might be easier to spy from my junk monger, but, oh, her. Okay. Oop. Cream yellow. Here we go. 2 pots. Easy peasy. Were you able to obtain the dye? Yes, I was. Yes, this is it. I shall put it to use at once. I've already finished the utensils, and thanks to you, the presents for my family will soon be ready. Now I just need Alto to return with the herbs. Seeing as all is proceeding as apace, I believe it is time to arrange a gathering. The area atop yonder steps should serve as a venue. Bonkrino, would you be so kind as to bear word to the people? With pleasure, my lord. Mr. Shizune, perhaps you would like to be the one to seek out Mistress Audane? I dare say she would be more willing to attend at your invitation. As soon as Alto returns with the herbs, I will finish the unguent and bring it along. I shall remain here with Masawa and await Alto. Daddy's a dragon. Yeah, he is. Oh, it's you, milady. Is there something you need? I see. It's just like him to do this. But even though he's my husband, the decision to accept a dragon is too much for a mere commoner such as me to bear. And when I think about my daughter, and I imagine how other children might mock her, I just don't know. On a long journey, the first step is often the hardest to take. Sometimes we need to have faith in one another. That one. Sometimes we need to have faith in one another. Also, maybe you should ask your daughter how she feels about it. I don't know how you do it, but your words give me courage. To simply talk with you instills me with a sense of hope. And knowing that there are decent folk such as yourself and Lord Francel around, I feel as though it will be well in the end. All right. We'll be there. Noelle and I. We'll hear what Maserwa has to say. Thank you, milady. Are we going to go and see Daddy? Rest assured, we'll be along as soon as we're ready. Maybe your little girl just wants her dad back. Everyone shall gather here presently. What is this? We were told Lord Francel had summoned us, but you're an ordinary Ishgardian, just like you. I'm also a craftsman, and with help from some friends, I have made something for each of you. It isn't much, but please accept it. Dining utensils. Ours is a big family, so these would certainly be useful. I hope that they serve you well. You may struggle to believe it, but I used to be your neighbor. Before I took this form, I made whatever it was folk needed, and it's my hope that I can put my skills to use again for the people of the firmament. My scar flares up on cold, dry days. This unguent should take the edge off the pain. This is kind of you. Oh, to be so young and open-minded. I know that you've done us no ill, but I can't simply forgive and forget the heretics for what they did. You have lost a great deal, and we would not diminish your suffering by asking you to change your views. Yet, in spite of yourself, might you not try to see the individual before you as simply that? An individual deserving of a chance? I'm sorry. I know I'm not being fair. Come, it wouldn't do to strain yourselves. If you would follow me, good sirs, I will find you some refreshments. Ardain, Noelle, I have something for you two as well. Aren't these our clothes? Let's put them on, Mommy. Let's put them on. Wait, how did he get their clothes? Hold on. It's exactly the same as the one I lost in the fire. You remembered, Daddy? You remembered how much I loved this coat, and it's in this color. You may be a dragon now, but I don't mind at all. My friend Mally said that dragons are nice. It must have been difficult to make these with those hands. It's plain that you still think of us. And yet, you abandoned us when we needed you most. You left us to face the worst of the war alone, and I hated you for it. And so... I know. What I did was unforgivable, and I don't have the right to be with you and Noelle. I'll leave this place for good, or for good and all. No. Listen to the end, will you? What I want to say is, I can't give you a definite answer right this moment, but I'm willing to give us another chance. If you're still the man that I once knew, then perhaps we can work through this problem together, like we've worked through others. If this is enough for you to know, then you're welcome at our new home. It is. It's more than I could ever ask for. Thank you, Audane. Thank you again, milady, for instilling me with the courage to take the first step. Forgiveness won't come overnight, and we still have a long journey ahead of us. But if we have faith in one another, I'm confident we'll find happiness again. If you can spare another moment, would you accompany me to find Lord Francel? I wish to thank you and him both for the second chance that I have with my loved ones. After I returned with the herbs, Francel told me to hold the fort with him. Where is this fort? Cute. Please allow me to thank you, both you and Lord Francel, properly. The two residents have returned to their homes, and the elderly gentleman with a look of peace upon his face. I dare to hope that in time you will come to accept Master Marsewa. There you are, Shizune. Foncreno has told me all. I'm glad for you, my friend. Your honest feelings have reached the hearts of the people, your families included. Yes, my lord. I've been given a second chance with my family, and I owe it all to you and Mistress Shizune. This is hardly enough to express my gratitude, but I made something for you as well. Won't you do me the honor of trying it on? Oh, this is where he gets the outfit change. Well now, this is hardly necessary, but I shall humbly accept it. A moment, if you would. Where exactly do you go to change? 'Tis a perfect fit, and such a dashing design besides. My thanks for this fine gift. Where's my gift? Without me, Marsewa would still be stammering and sulking out in the snow somewhere. And let's not forget the herbs as well. Indeed, little one. For rendering aid to a citizen of Ishgard who are deserving of recognition. Until now, dragons have been permitted entry to the Holy See only on special occasions. But if you wish it, in my authority as overseer, I shall arrange it so that you may freely come and go from the firmament. Would that suffice by way of a gift? Oh, I could live with that. Or I could live with that. I've always wanted to observe how men live. Now then, I must be returning to my duties. But if there's anything or any further trouble, do not hesitate to call upon me. Last but not least, allow me to thank you too. If it weren't for you, I likely would have been executed as a heretic. And worse than that, I would have remained estranged from my family. Please, accept this as a small token of my undying gratitude. I pray that it serves you well on your adventures. Man, Marcel gets a new outfit. His wife and daughter got outfits. I get food. Oh, there's a bunch. Wait, was the shadow over? These are all separate quests. Shit. Okay, hang on. Need to check some things. Oh, I see. Look at the wrong thing. If songs had wings. Yep, that's adventurers and admirers. Okay. Just seeing how many quests there are. That's a one and done. Just trying to make sure. I might actually... Shadow over the orphanage. What patch was that from? That's... Oh, yeah, because some of these are 5.2. Shadow over the orphanage. Okay, you know what? Let's do... Let's do the 5.2 quests for now. Starting with unlocking Alto, and then we will see if we need to do a different stream after Infinity Nikki. Because it occurred to me, I also haven't done 5.3 Bozia yet. Ah, Hero, you've come at a good time. I have a query for you. Go on. As you know, I'm descended from Ratatosker, and like her, I wish to fill the skies with beauteous songs. If I'm to do this, I must know historical events, as if I've lived them. To that end, I would meet the great person who put an end to the Dragon Song War. Do you know where I might find this individual? Oh, that's me. Did your sire not tell you that? What? You are that great person? All this time I thought Hero was your name. In any case, this makes things simpler. I want you to show me the key places where the war unfolded, and tell me the tales about them. Lest you worry, I have Francel's permission to go to the city proper as long as I have company. So, without further ado, let's begin with a visit to the vault. This will also give me a week or so, maybe more than that, to... Okay, this is unlocking a certain something. I like how I'm like, oh yeah, custom deliveries. And I'm like, oh, this is unlocking something. Ooh, I'm being so mysterious. Last vigil work. So, this is the vault, where the most wicked of men once resided. Vidofnir told us of the time she rescued a child who was thrown off the top. Doubtless these walls have witnessed much and more. But what about you? Do you have tales of your own about this place? I lost a dear friend here. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. As long as we dragons live, we form the strongest of bonds with others. By the same token, it makes us feel the pain of loss very keenly. Yet while some would fall into despair, you made the loss your strength and forged on. Yes, as befits a hero. Right, that will do for the vault. Next, let us head to the place called Falcon's Nest. I would see the famous relief betokening peace between man and dragon. So that dragon wishes to learn about Ishgard. So that is the relief. I've seen the artworks of men before, but I find it such a peculiar way to express one's feelings. Still, you can't be faulted for your artistry. But grand as it looks, the scent of sadness clings to it. The scent of blood, Fidofnir's, and others. Whenever there is tragedy, our hearts can't help but be drawn to it. In this, it seems, our kinds are the same. What, Luca? Now then. Have you noticed that we are being followed? I know not this person's intent, but let us return to the firmament for now. Yeah, busted, kid. I see you. Oh, bye, River. It's fine. I don't need you right now anyway. I always do that. Firmament. There we go. What am I doing? No more suspicious people about. Good. My thanks for acting as my guide. I feel as though I have a better understanding of the war now. Of course, this is just the beginning. If my songs are to be as resplendent as Ratatasker's, I must learn more about men and their culture. I would like to. I would be glad to assist if you please, or if it please you. That scent! You're the one who is following us. If you mean us harm, be warned that this woman is a hero. Oh no, no! I wouldn't imagine doing you ill. My name is. Oh no, another long one. Hang on. Before I start calling this guy Hot Dog. My name is Hatalong. Ever since I read Lord Edmond's memoirs, I've wanted to befriend a dragon. But I didn't have the slightest inkling how to go about it. So when I saw you with the savior of Ishgard, on the spur of the moment, I decided to follow. You see, it's my dream to become a writer. Not just any writer, but one who chronicles this new age of peace between man and dragon. So please, won't you allow me to assist you? Oh, look at her putting her little claws on her hips. Well now, how very commendable. I wholeheartedly approve of your endeavor, and I see no reason to refuse you. Yes, we can teach each other things of our kind, or the ways of our kind. And if you prove yourself useful, I shall credit you in my songs. Thank you. An unexpected but welcome development. I shall remain here and speak further with our new friend, but I hope to hear more of your tales again. Also, okay. Oh, she didn't become a custom delivery turn-in until 5.3. Okay. Whoops. In that case... adventurers and admirers. Hey, do you guys remember these guys? From A Realm Reborn? This is the party that helped us out at Steps of Faith. These were the adventurers from, I believe they're from Mordona originally? Or we first met them in Mordona anyway. Do my eyes deceive? Can it truly be Shizune Daskar? I say, are you not Shizune Daskar? By the 12, you're Shizune Daskar. What, or that we should stumble into you here of all places. Huh? Yeah, it's been a while. Apologies for getting carried away. It's just, we've been wanting to meet you for a very long time. I think we've already met. Yeah, it's these guys. We're adventurers too, you see. Ever since we witnessed your bout with Hoary Boulder, we've been admirers of yours. We've even taken on the odd mission for the Scions. One of our comrades, being Ishgardian, we also joined the fray at the Steps of Faith. There, we saw you again in combat, and it'd be no overstatement to say that you carried the battle. And then you went on to put an end to the entire war, owing to which our friend had decided to return home. She's now hard at work helping with the restoration effort. They say that all are welcome to aid in the rebuilding, regardless of origin. Are you participating in it too by any chance? I am. So you are! If that's the case, then perhaps you've seen our comrade. We've come to pay her a visit, you see, but we're struggling to find her on account of being unfamiliar with the city. If you happen to see her, won't you let her know that we're here? She's Elizin, which isn't saying much in these parts, but adventurers can tell each other apart. Isn't that right? I guess. I mean, it helps that I've kind of met her before. Being quite tall, I thought that it would be easy to spot our friend. But then almost everyone here is tall. We've searched more or less all of Ishgard by now. Except the area over by St. Raymond's Cathedral, perhaps. Clue! Or Raymond's Cathedral. That's the name for it. That's how that's said. Oh. So somewhere around here, huh? Oh. That was quick. Why, you're the hero of the Scions. Allow me to thank you for your part in protecting my homeland. What business brings you to the Holy See this day, if I may ask? I'm helping out with the firmament, and I ran into your friends, and they're looking for you. My comrades are in the firmament, you say? What joyous tidings! I will seek them out at once. If it please you, will you not join me? There. What? You truly have a hero's sense of direction. Thanks for finding her. It has been too long, my friends. All this time, and we've had nary a word from you. We had thought you had forgotten about us. Forgive me, the restoration work has kept me busy, but I couldn't be gladder to see you all. And to have the great Shizune present for our reunion makes the moment all the more special. Adventurer! Adventurer! As we all turn our heads. Oh, you're all adventurers. And even the savior of Ishgard is here. This good lady and her family have been kind to me. Is something the matter, my lady? Of late, a strange creature has been prowling about the new nest. I'm worried what it might do. This sounds like a job for us. It'll be our first outing all together in a while. Very well. Let us take ourselves to the new nest and look for this creature at once. If you have a spare moment, Shizune, perhaps you'd care to attend to this task with us? Yeah, sure. It's been a while since I've done, like, proper adventurer grunt work that didn't have the caveat of, like, hey, Warrior of Light, I know this is a lot to ask of you, the Warrior of Light, but could you, the Warrior of Light, help us? Warrior of Light? Could you please scoop this shit, Warrior of Light? Like, we know it's super below you, but we have nobody else to turn to. Warrior of Light. It was around here that I saw it. Oh, this one's a patch 3.5 quest. Okay. There! I forgot there's like multiple chains that are Ishgard restoration related. You don't appear to be much of a threat, but if you mean ill, you will answer to us. Oh! Oh, that's right! I forgot about this guy. Stay your weapon. I am not an enemy. No, I am an adventurer like you. The Deft Arm, I am called, and I came to the firmament to work. I even have the necessary permit. Ah, Master! What luck that you are here. Please, oh boy, I don't think this is the right voice for, I don't think this is the voice I gave the Vath, like, at all, but it's been months. Ah, Master, what luck that you are here. Please, tell them that I pose no danger. Yeah, he's cool. Just checking the wiki. The Vath quests are in fact a prerequisite for this. There is no, oh, but what if I didn't do those quests with this one? One of the friendly Vath who dwell in the Dravanian forelands, you say? I acted impulsively. Pray forgive me my discourtesy. No harm was done. If all is settled, then I will take my leave. There is much work to be done. Yes, much work indeed. Actually, when I say months, it may have actually been like a year, because if I finished base Stormblood in... Let's put it this way. I was on like the last quests when the servers went down for Dawn Trail maintenance. Thanks to you, we were able to avert a misunderstanding. If what the fellow said is true, there's plenty of work in Ishgard for the willing. What do you say we stay for a spell? Truly? To have all of you here would please me to no end. And there you have it. We'll stay here for a while and apply ourselves as we continue striving to follow your example. And the next quest didn't come out until 5.3. And I know we're technically on 5.3 content, but I want to get all the 5.2 Ishgard content done first. Oh, does the next quest act like, do I straight up have to do, let me check something. Yeah, I can't even do the next quest until I've continued with the story, so. Or the main story, I should say, which means we can help out with the orphanage now. Yay! Orphanage kiddos. Here. You're Shizune Dazkar, are you not? The savior of Ishgard? Please, I need your help. As you may know, there's an orphanage here in the new nest. Rolandberry Field, it's called. Well, of late, I've been seeing suspicious men lurking about the place, and throughout the district. I can't bear the thought of something befalling the children. Please, will you not investigate these unsavory individuals? Are they actually suspicious, or are you just one of those people who gets really weird about the idea of male teachers and stuff? Ugh! Give a man a bloody fright. I'm in a hurry, if you don't mind. Need to take this little one back to the orphanage. The truth is so sweet, though. Like, it makes me incredibly happy. We are, like, ads are imminent, though. A suspicious man appears to be spying on the children. Oh, and there he goes. No sooner does he notice you than he hastily flees the scene. He's probably just watching them to make sure they don't get hurt. I probably should have taken that Ethernet that was behind me earlier. Oh well. There go the ads! Which means I have to decide if I want to do the 5.3. I probably won't. It's already late. What I will probably do is we're starting Infinity Nikki on Tuesday. What I think I'm gonna do is we're gonna finish Infinity. We're gonna play all of Infinity Nikki, or at least everything that's out, plus the current event. And then, when we come back to Final Fantasy XIV, before I start 5.4, there's a bunch of stuff I want to clean up. I want to finish the Firmament quests. You know, I am still going to be working on doing the society quests in between, like, at least to get to the next rank up for them. So we'll probably have to, like, get caught up with that. Custom deliveries. Next Sunday is Blue Mage night. So on the, like, during that stream, I'll probably also do rank up quests and stuff just to keep things moving along. We might tonight also unlock Elko, just so that I have that custom delivery client unlocked and I can use those allowances. But yeah, there's a little bit that I want to get caught up with. Let me check something. Infinity Nikki, yeah, Infinity Nikki's story is like 25 hours, so that's like 2 weeks. Probably give or take, depending on like what side quests pop up. But I mean, we're gonna have to find all the side quests, but it'll probably take us 2-3 weeks to finish Infinity Nikki. And then yeah. Because if I stream it 12-ish hours a week, yeah. I mean, I think even, granted, I was kind of no-lifing it a little bit, but I think even with, like, off-stream, it took me maybe a week to finish. And then I was just running around exploring. And welcome back from ads, everybody. If you're not already subbed, let's continue investigating these totally super suspicious men. The children won't be able to resist these. What? Why are you staring at me? To be fair, knowing the context of what's actually going on, yeah, I am kind of acting really weird about them. No. You're the woman from before. You again? What do you want? Look, we're busy right now. Come back some other time, will you? I'm happy to wait. Fine, suit yourself. Wait over there until we've finished up, alright? Shouldn't it be really obvious what's going on by the fact that they have a campfire on the yard in the yard of the orphanage? Rasakin! Gontrananois. Oh boy. Pahaniel! We washed our hands like you told us. Good, good. It's just about ready to serve. Don't get too close to the fire, you hear? We don't want you to burn yourselves. Sorry for the wait, but we had to tend to the children first. Right then, you had some business with us? Yeah, there's a woman concerned about you guys hanging around the orphanage, so that's what this is all about. Well, for what it's worth, I don't blame folk for being suspicious. We're not exactly the sort you see working at an orphanage. The three of us, we used to be Temple Knights. We were there when the Horde descended on the Steps of Faith, and we all took wounds that forced us to hang up our shields. We're grateful to still be alive, though, and we have you to thank for it. Nowadays, we help retired soldiers find work and look after the orphans. Truth be told, at first we thought it was some bad jest when they said we'd be taking care of children. After all, we were knights and not nursemaids. We didn't feel equal to the task. You look after us, play with us, and make tasty food for us. We're grateful to you all. But the children seem happy enough. And here we are. You can assure the concerned citizen that the children are in no danger. Aw, are you leaving already? Please come again and play with us. Will do, kiddo. They say there used to be a couple who had a farm in the Central Highlands. By the sweat of their brows, they came to grow the finest roland berries in the land. Yet though they were blessed with bountiful harvests, they weren't blessed with children. And so, when they became too old to work, they donated their farm to the church. Since then, the farm's been run by men of the cloth, and the profits are used to operate this orphanage. And that's how the place got its name. Even without being asked, the children help us with various chores about the orphanage. They have good hearts, all of them. I have no children of my own. Before this, they were as strange beasts to me. But now, I can't think of anything more precious than the little one's smiles. To know that the blood I shed helped to protect these irreplaceable lives. This is what makes me feel proudest to have been a knight. You've returned. So, were you able to find the suspicious men? They're not suspicious. They work at the orphanage. What? They care for the orphans? Oh, gods, I feel terrible for having assumed the worst of them. I shall go and apologize. Yes, and bring the children some sweets as well. My thanks to you for clearing up the misunderstanding. Small hearts and big hands is also 5.21. Ah, these three! You're an honest-to-God's hero, right? Please teach us to be strong like you. Yes. Is there something you require? Oh! You're the hero who was talking with Raskin and the others. The three of us, we're the oldest children at the orphanage. We know that our carers do much for us, and we want to do something to ease their burden. But we don't know what. You don't have any ideas, do you? Come now, we've already spoken about this. The best way to help them is to earn coin as sellswords. You are a child. And I've already told you, it's too dangerous. Also, even if it wasn't, you're too young. Better to find work here in the district, minding other people's children and the like. You're always against my ideas, Lysel. Well, if you don't have a stomach for battle, you can just stay here. I'll go and get a temple leave, and I'll handle it all by myself. That's a bad idea. Also, I hope the Temple Knights don't give you one. He's going to get himself hurt. Please, help us stop him. Like, when you're a big boy, you can do big boy work to help out the orphanage. But you're a small child right now. Which means you should not be doing anything that involves sharp steel and sharp claws and sharp teeth. Oh, it's you again. If you're worried about me, don't be. Excuse me, I want to take on a leave. Something with fighting. That pays good coin. Is that so? Well, your courage is commendable. I fear such a task is too dangerous for young ones. Good. See? What did I tell you? Aw, what can we do to help at the orphanage then? She told you! Odd jobs, babysitting. If you're interested, children, we can issue tradecraft leaves instead. That! Tradecraft leaves? Aye, we receive requests for all manner of supplies, and we can never have too many hands fulfilling them. And right now, the convictors have need of firewood and rope. By way of recompense, they offer not only coin, but freshly caught game as well. Huzzah! Coin and meat. Rasikin and the others will be so happy. Let's get to work at once. I know where we can get straw to make the rope. Do you think you could give us a hand with the firewood? In the firmament, there's a man named Ishgard. He sells all sorts of materials, but he doesn't let us have any, saying it's not for play. Could you go and ask him for some wood scraps for us? Great! Afterwards, come and meet us back at the orphanage. I mean, if he knows you're doing it for a temple leave and not so that you can whack each other with it, he might actually be more willing to give you the wood. He probably just doesn't want you guys playing sword and, like, giving somebody a concussion. Not in those exact words, because I don't know if they know what a concussion is in Eorzea, but I'm sure they have a vague idea of head trauma. Of, oops, somebody got hit in the head and they didn't wake up for a while. And then maybe were a little loopy or didn't feel well or, like, had other issues afterwards. Whatever the symptoms of a concussion are. Where's I when you need him? Back to the firmament. Wait, ain't you Shizune Daskar? Heh, never thought I'd get custom from a great hero. I salvage materials left over from the reconstruction and sell them cheap to craftsmen who make everyday wares. Is there something you need? Is that the way of it? Well then, here's some wood scraps you can take, free of charge. To hear that those children are trying to do their part for the orphanage brings a tear to my eye, you know? From now on, I'll do what I can to support them. Whoop! Shortcut! Oh, wait, no, they're over here. So, do you have the wood scraps? not who I wanted to click on. You. We've been waiting for you. There you are. Did you manage to get the wood scraps? Though these scraps of wood are too small for construction, they can still be used in smaller applications. Probably good for firewood. Thank you. We'll get to work making the rope and firewood at once. Twist it like this, then loop it like that. You're doing it wrong. It's just going to unravel again. We did it! Elion said that I was to collect them here, or collect from here. Do you mean to say you children made the items? Yes, sir. I see. Children though you may be, do not expect that I will treat you with any leniency. The lives of my men will... Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. That's Gentile... Or Genteo. Hey, bud. The lives of my men may well depend on... or upon the rope and firewood, and I'll accept naught but of inferior quality. I wasn't paying attention to the name of the character I was talking to. But hey, bud, what's up? It's been a while. You supervise them, you say? Then perhaps there is no cause for concern. Here, the coin and meat promised. If you are if you are satisfied with the items, there shall be opportunities for you to earn more. Look at these little beans helping out the orphanage. Huzzah! Let's take this meat to Rasakin and have him use it in today's stew. I think it best if we had it cured and set aside for later. There's plenty of it. We can do both. You can bring it to your caretakers and have them decide what to do with it. Heh, it's a fine feeling to make ourselves useful. We'll keep on doing what we can to help out the orphanage. Thank you, and please visit us again. Oh, right, that's his name. Julkienzane? Julkienzane and Lysel know each other, or knew each other long before coming here. They may argue a lot, but they're really the best of friends. Thanks to you, Julkienzane isn't so obsessed with becoming a great hero anymore. He now knows there are other ways to do his part, while earning good coin besides. I used to dream of becoming a great hero who fought dragons and saved the realm. But you've already gone and done all that, so now I need another goal. Yes, perhaps I shall become the greatest artisan of all in all of Ishgard. You may have some stiff competition with that one if a certain dragon I know is gets her way. Okay, you guys are still just saying the same thing for like ever. All right. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and unlock Elto as a custom delivery client so that we can start doing her quests. What class do I want to do that on? I guess we're doing more carpenter. Oop. There was an aetherite right there I could have used. Well, oh well. Elto is full to bursting with newfound knowledge. Knowledge which she simply must share. Ah! I've been waiting for you. Who better to tell of my studies than the very woman who set me on the course up to enlightenment? My knowledge of mankind's histories has grown by leaps and bounds, in no small part thanks to Houtalong's expert instruction. Elto is too kind. She has told me so much of dragonkind in turn that I could hardly call myself the teacher in this arrangement. In fact, the time may soon come to put ink to parchment and begin my chronicles. I'm foreseeing a lifelong friendship where, like, hundreds of years from now, maybe even 1,000 years from now, Elto is gonna still be singing songs of her human friend, and his books will be, like, super popular and dedicated to his friendship with Elto, even though he's long gone. Elto, yeah, begin his chronicles. And we all await that day with bated breath. Houtalong has not been my only teacher. The city itself has lessons abound for those who would observe them. Seeing its splendor with my own eyes has made clear the one inalienable difference between man and dragon. Oh, what's that? I speak, of course, of your kind's love of tinkering, building, and crafting. And what a wonderful thing it is to behold. Where dragons are wont to tear down obstacles with fang and claw, you tear them down with hammer and chisel, or else find an ingenious way around them entirely. By using tools tailored to specific tasks, you overcome your natural deficiencies. One tool will be used to wrest precious materials from the earth, and another to transform them into something greater than the sum of its parts. I find the whole process rather fascinating. When I gaze upon the towering spires of this city, I imagine a roost built with my own claws, larger than, or even than the one that my sire calls home. I am eager to see my dream realized as quickly as possible, but Houtalong advises against rushing into such an endeavor unprepared. He claims that to do so would lead to an abject failure and possibly personal injury. You, however, are an inexperienced artisan, and I would be honored if you were to take me under your wing and teach me the art of making. I swear to be a dutiful study, and even should this day pass into the next, I won't rest until I've mastered even the most esoteric of skills. Well then, I believe we have an agreement. I can start right this moment if it pleases you. Do I have a choice? Now, Elto. You know as well as anyone how busy our friend is. And I also fear you may have misjudged just how long it takes to truly become a master craftsman. You mean it will take more than a day? I knew that, of course. I'd only hoped against hope that she had no appointments to save the world for the foreseeable future. Alas, my enthusiasm may have gotten the better of me. Don't fret, Elto. She may still be able to help in some capacity. Perhaps if you could introduce us to a crafter with the time and inclination to teach. I expect that one of the many artisans around the firmament would be willing to lend us their expertise. Although you are in a far better position to judge by their suitability than either of us. We shall look forward to meeting our mentor-to-be. Sure, I'll just, I guess, randomly walk around the firmament until I find a crafter who looks like they could also be a teacher. How hard could it be? It's only an entire city. Oh, a crafter? My apologies. I'm more inclined to gather in what bounty the earth has to offer. I leave it to others to mold said bounty into what they will. I'd love to introduce you to someone who might be of help, but I'm afraid my work here is endless. I know the dragonette you speak of. I've seen her flitting about the house, about House Halienart from time to time. Quite the inquisitive one, if I recall. So, she wants to learn the fine art of crafting, does she? I've heard strange things in my time, but few as bizarre as that. I'm sure I'd kick myself later if I passed up this opportunity, so I reckon I could find some time between projects to teach her a thing or two. Tell her I'll speak with her after I've finished up here, will you? Okay, I found someone. Why does it make me still talk to a third person? Also, where is that third person even? Oh, look at them. Oh, here. Say again? That scrawny little dragonling wants to craft? Heh, whatever next. As much as the notion of having a dragon for a protege piques my interest. However, my specialty is working metal. Great big slabs of it. Were she older, maybe there'd be a place for her, but as it stands, she would be more of a hindrance than a help. I mean, she could and blow fire and heat up the metal. Just woo. That's the sound they make when they breathe fire, right? How goes your search for a future mentor? I found them. Ah, the hero has returned. So, have you found my teacher? Whose sharp eye and steady hand will guide me on the path to mastery? I did. Ah, such great expectations I must meet. While I assure you my hand is steady, the sharpness of my eye is very much a matter of conjecture. Nevertheless, if it's crafting you wish to learn, I'm your man. Although I can't say I've ever had the honor of teaching a dragon before. Anyway, I'm Arvid, at your service. I'm here in the firmament on assignment from the Sky Steel Manufactory, and I dare say I have a few nuggets of wisdom knocking around in my head that are worth passing around. It's the young who must shoulder the burden of building the future, after all. Now, crafters come in all sorts, from cooks to weavers to smiths. Have you given any thought to where you want to focus your energies? Focus? Well, can't I learn everything? I mean, I did. Tell us, Shizune, where would an inspiring artisan begin? With tools. Be it baking a cake or raising a castle, tools. Even the simplest project must start with quality materials. Why bother learning when you can just copy others? Is that supposed to be Square Enix throwing shade at the fact that so many crafters just, like, blindly use macros without really understanding what their skills do? Or at least I feel like that's kind of a thing that happens. Be it baking a cake or raising a castle, one must first look to their tools. Or look first to their tools, is probably what it said. Ah, spoken like a true professional. Tis true that an essential part of any project is selecting the right tools for the job. However, there's a step that comes even before that. For now, let's start with the tools required to gather our own materials. Once you have the right equipment and supplies, there's nothing you can't make with enough elbow grease. Oh, how splendid it is to have a guiding hand. There's no telling how long it would have taken Hatalong and I to decide where to begin had we been left to our own devices. Very well, gathering is where we shall pour our utmost efforts. Mayhap, when I'm a seasoned artisan in my own right, I'll take it upon myself to teach my kin as I was taught. Now, wouldn't that be a sight to see? I dare say there has never been a dragon who has learned a trade, let alone one who has passed such skills on to the next generation. Indeed, you may be correct in that, or on that count. The other dragons will be flabbergasted by the wonders I create. Of course, I don't plan on taking all the credit. It seems to me that mankind's most culturally significant works are those that result from a collaboration of people working together to make something greater than they could have alone. To that end, I must study and learn from the works of others, and even though you are too busy with your heroics to teach me daily, I would much appreciate if you would come by from time to time and offer what knowledge you can. I'd be happy to. Magnificent. I knew your generosity would match the greatness of your deeds. Well then, let's get your education started off on the right foot, eh? You can spy tradesmen of all sorts plying their trade at the new nest. I reckon you could certainly do worse than to learn a couple of tricks from them. Ah, the place is practically a second home to young Haugtalong and I. Allow me to lead the way. I didn't mean to be streaming until, like, midnight, but, like... Oh well, here we are. It's fine. I remember going to the new nest with Master Marceo when I first arrived in the city. Who's that? Is she here to help us? Oh god, her name ends with nah, run! She's one of Rowena's. This here is Anna, and we have her in the House of Splendors to thank for supplying the firmament with quality materials at incredibly low prices. Suspiciously low, so in fact. Run. What have you guys done? Why did you make a deal with her? Are you implying there's some ulterior motive behind our generosity? Why, certainly not. I am here at the behest of my organization to aid Ishgard in its fledgling days as an allied nation. We are driven as much by philanthropy as we are by profit, I can assure you. Excuse me, miss, but are you a craftswoman by chance? I'm afraid, my adorable little dragonette, that my hands are entirely too clumsy to make aught aside from my morning tea. The 12 has seen fit to bless me with a sharp mind for trade, however, and so here I am. And that's precisely why And that's precisely why we've come. El Toe has it in her head to learn a trade or two, and we are here to set her on the right path. To that end, I would ask you to provide us with materials and perhaps any counsel you might afford a young novice. It would be my pleasure. Perhaps, in return, she could tell me about the rarities and relics dragons keep in their lairs. I sense a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity has come before me. And if business in the firmament grows as much as my intuition says it will, this might be just what I require to turn this stream of gil into a veritable flood of riches. What were you saying about no ulterior motives? I may not have ears, ma'am, but my horns are very sharp. And I don't just mean physically. Consider me at your complete disposal. Say the word and I shall procure whatever you need, or whatever you may need. How generous of you. You have our thanks, Miss Anna. Anything to foster the next generation of builders and tinkerers, my boy. As for the current generation, well, I suppose the house could bear to part with a few scrips in return for guiding our dragonette friend on her journey to mastery. You're too kind. We can't say no to an offer like that, can we? Well then, now that we're all acquainted, let's head back to St. Roy's Dias. I keep wanting to, like, hit my hotkey for Swift song. Peloton. Peloton, Peloton, Peloton! But, not on the right job for it. That Anna's quite the shrewd businesswoman, but she's true to her word. I know that much. With you and Arvide at her side, I'm sure Elto's dream will become a reality. With Master Arvid and Master Shizune guiding us, I'm sure we'll be raising fortresses and forging dazzling suits of armor in no time at all. Let's keep our ambitions manageable for the time being, shall we? Our first task is the construction of tools that'll fit snugly in those claws of yours. Shizune, I trust you can help with that. In the meantime, I've worked of my own to attend to. If there's aught you need, you know where I am. Before I depart, however, I'll leave you with an assignment. Inspect everything Shizune does with diligence. A discerning eye is a tool that will outlast all others. Yes, Master Arvid, unless nature fucks you over and your eyesight goes before the rest of your body does. We'll give Shizune's work the thrice over. Even the most masterful works of crafting are common sight to us who grew up in Ishgard. But to a dragon, I imagine even a hawker's stall is something to behold. Would that I could see the world from their eyes. But yeah, part of the reason why, even though I got LASIK a couple years ago and have like really good eyesight now, like I don't need glasses or contacts to see, I still get a... Oh yeah, I forgot he hangs out here. Don't worry, the little ones will be safe under our watchful eyes. Yes, ours. Anna's agreed to help ensure none of them stick their claws where they aren't supposed to. Part of the reason why, besides the fact that, like, hey, need to make sure nothing bad happens to my eyes after I spent all that money on LASIK, but besides that, there's also the fact that my dad had macular degeneration. And since I have that family history, I just try to be diligent. It was kind of rough because my dad was a photographer, and so losing his eyesight, I mean, he didn't full on lose it, but like it was like progressively getting worse and worse, even with glasses and stuff. And it took a toll on him. And like technically, or like fortunately, technically I could still write even without, like, even if my eyesight got really bad, but it'd still be rough. Oh, I didn't want that. I wanted the other one. Oh, well, it's fine. And that also works. It is kind of nice knowing that I am level 78 on all my crafters at least, and so I have intensive synthesis on all my crafters. Yeah, I know how this works. Game, please. Game, please. I don't need you explaining me how custom delivery works every time. Oh, I never actually read what she says. Hang on. So, this is what we need to make tools for gathering? Truth be told, I struggle to envision how all these parts fit together, but I suppose grasping that is the first of many steps. Oh, I may very well be the first dragon to make her own tools. Oh my, you've certainly outdone yourself this time. Even Master Arvid might be hard pressed to produce such fine work. Your supplies truly have been a godsend, hero. I'd say we have more than enough for me to begin learning the fine art of gathering in earnest. Let's go and speak with Master Arvid at once. Ah, 'tis good to see you. I've been meaning to thank you for all your help with Alto's education. An education which is off to a splendid start, I must say. I believe I have developed a keen sense for the finer parts of gathering, which Master Arvid says is the basis of all crafting. But even for gathering, you must have tools, and to make those tools, you must gather materials. And to gather those materials, you must have more tools? See, this is why I said tools was more important. Ah, it's tools all the way down, isn't it? Or is it materials? Oh, no matter. It's as much a fool's errand as trying to guess if the dragon came before the egg. If there is one fact to be gleaned from that conundrum, however, it is that crafting and gathering are inextricably linked. Indeed, you are correct. Without one trade, the other dies, and vice versa. That's precisely why I aim to see you proficient at both before our time together is done. To that end, I've devised something especially for those tiny claws of yours. An Alto-sized pickaxe. Here, take it. What do you think? It's perfect. With that in claw, you'd look right at home among the rest of the workers. I see now that even though you wingless ones lack claws and fangs, you have the strength to shatter stone and sunder earth. I have an inkling now of how powerful the first of you who have to wield a pickaxe felt. For something so small and light, it is remarkably sturdy. Even I could swing this all day without tiring. The hidden treasures of the world shall be mine. This is all I could have hoped for and more. Thank you, Master Arvid. All I did was put the parts together. It was our friend that did all the hard work. Actually, Shizune brought so many materials that I had enough to make a few more pickaxes. Perhaps you could give them to your dragon friends. Yes, Master Arvid. I shall make that, or what I can, and leave at once. Make what I can or take what I can? Did I read that right? Yeah, take what I can. Okay. I can read. Alright. I'm gonna do the rest of these off stream. Hey, Shell! Oh, that's bad timing. I was about to wrap up the stream. I have been going for like an hour and a half longer than I intended to. I forgot that I was supposed to read that. Oh well. Welcome back, Elto. So how was it? I'm sure the other dragons found your new tools to be quite fascinating. Well, you see, I'm afraid it wasn't quite like that. The dragonettes were delighted to see what I had brought, of course. The elder dragons, however, practically flew into a rage, haranguing the younger ones and insisting that such tools are contrary to a dragon's very nature. Oh, I see. Although it was far from the enthusiastic reception I had envisioned, I still believe that the prejudices of the past will, nay, must, give way to new ways of thinking if we are to coexist peacefully with the Ishgardians. And I know for certain there are those among the other dragonettes who are of the same mind. I must continue to persevere, else my efforts so far will have been for naught. Indeed, the other dragons will come around in time, I'm sure. Even the most cantankerous of the lot. Perhaps you should take a different tack. The dragons might be much more amenable to something that was crafted by one of their own, namely you. What a marvelous suggestion, Hatalong. But there's still the question of what I might craft. Something eye-catching, unlike anything they've seen before. How about a little statue? In that case, why not try your hand at weaving? The materials are lightweight, and the tools are small enough for even you to use deftly. Clothing designed for dragons would be especially novel, which I'm sure many of them would find interesting. That's a wonderful idea. Oh, wait to get started. That depends on our friend here. I'll need some help procuring the materials if it's not too much trouble. I'll give you a list of what we need, while I take care of the rest. Great! In the meantime, I shall give thought to what exactly I might weave. Alright, I will do the other 3 turn-ins off stream because it's going to take 6 to get to the next rank anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here for tonight. Thank you everybody so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button on Twitch, subscribe to me on YouTube. Also subscribe on Twitch if you're able to. We are about halfway to our goal for March. If I hit 100 subs on Twitch this month, there's a poll up right now to decide if I'm gonna be playing Magic the Gathering Arena or Phasmophobia. So yeah, also if you want to support me in other ways, I do have a coffee for at least for $3 a month. You can become a coffee biscuit and gain access to my story about my VTuber, or the OC that my VTuber is based off of, Shizune Himebara, the magical girl, the champion of light. Yeah. New chapters should be out next week. Or I guess this week now. Oh god. Anyway, I'll be back on Sunday, or not Sunday, on Tuesday and Wednesday at 7:30 Central with Infinity Nikki, because I need a break from Final Fantasy XIV, and this seems like a good time to take it. On next Sunday, we'll be leveling up Blue Mage, because you guys got me to 100 subs by the end of February. Big thank you for that. But yeah, so because of that, next Sunday, we will be leveling up, or unlocking and leveling up Blue Mage in a Blue Mage stream. And yeah. And other than that, it's going to be Infinity Nikki, and then there's a few other things I want to take care of in Final Fantasy XIV before we start 5.4 and the beginning of the lead up to Endwalker. And then we're going to start Endwalker, and you guys are going to make me end up regretting things. by subscribing a bunch to make me walk, because I'm gonna walk a mile for every sub I get while I'm streaming and Walker. So yeah. In the meantime, so that's what's going on with the channel for like the next few weeks. And in the meantime, oh right, you can follow me on Blue Sky and Tumblr. I am She's a Cheese in both places. Be sure to join the Discord. That is the best way to get keep up with what's going on with the channel. I talk about behind the scenes stuff on there sometimes. If you're a sorry, not a coffee biscuit, but if you sub to me on Twitch, you'll get access to the sub bar, or the snack bar. Those are two very different things. But you get access to the snack bar, where I talk about even more behind the scenes stuff, including sharing some of the stuff I am working on. So yeah. In the meantime, let's find somebody to raid. Who's streaming right now? I'm logged. Oh god, I'm just logged out of like everything somehow. I don't want to join Twitch. I want to log into Twitch. Thank you. I don't know why I got logged out of everything. I was logged out of my emails. I was logged out of like Tumblr when I went to go into it last night. Probably just a timing thing. I probably logged into everything at around the same time at some point. My token in. All right, now that I'm logged in, oh, I don't. You know what? It's gonna be a big change of pace, but let's. Or no, let's at least see who's streaming Final Fantasy 14. Oh, we have somebody in Shadowbringers. Yeah, let's raid the Sprout who's in Shadowbringers. I'm seeing Arene in. Oh, they're finishing Shadowbringers. Okay, we're raiding Ray Gunner. Everybody, we're pantry raiding Ray Gunner. It looks like she is literally about to do Amara. Let's go. And until I see you guys again, I hope you have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. Bye-bye.